episode number 65 of the 3 Count Out podcast. We were already talking before we started recording, and I guess we're going to be bitching about some 2K25, but then there's also Raw that happened before this because, you know, they're international again for some reason. I don't like watching Raw at 3 p.m. I'm happy that they're going to be back in the United States next week. Joining me this week, Jackal and Mike. FGK is at work, so he may or may not be joining in sporadically.
I mean, he has my hairstyle, so I guess it kind of works now, right?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, kind of similar, but you definitely still stand out with the beard.
Well, that's fair.
After my Tommy Vendetta match, I have about as much support running through my system as Bronson Reed's ankles. Hi, I'm Jackal.
That's okay. I'll buy you new ankles for $10.99 in the island.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Oh, and then is another one 18,000 where it's specifically the Bronson Reed reruns, where his like femurs poking out through his shin or whatever the hell happened to the poor guy.
Fun.
Absolutely.
Oh, that mode. Oh God, Mike. So for the good old podcast listeners who haven't had a chance to know these things yet, Jackalmania was an event entirely done in WWE 2K25 where have spent logged well over 100 hours at this point, all in the creation suite in the WWE game. And now that the games, I feel sick.
You sick fuck. You
sick fuck. You sick fuck.
The game's been out for what, about 3-ish weeks now? 2.5, 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
And
like full release? Yeah, like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Oh boy, there is there is not much to do in this game that's actually let's see how you Americans say good, because there's a lot in here, don't get me wrong, but after experiencing things and actually sitting down and sinking my teeth into it, I'm half tempted to do like a full WWE 2K25 review on the channel, because
I think you should.
Boy, oh boy, my faction and the island still will forever and always be shameless cash grabs at this point, because wow, my faction's been in the game since 2K22, and it still feels about as bare bones can get, in my opinion. And the island, that somehow makes my faction look like a fully fledged out game mode. I don't know how that's possible, but it is.
It doesn't help that, you know, since it's come out, the game has somehow gotten more buggy.
Oh, extremely.
It's got more
absolutely.
buggy.
Universe mode is broken.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love
it happened at Jackalmania. It's broken.
Somebody's like, here's a power bomb. All right, I'm out. And they just like exit the ring, and you're like, what? Okay, sure.
I'm gonna win the Royal Rumble. No, hold up. I'm not
actually
going to
eliminate myself.
Have fun. It'll get by, and then I'm going to stand at ringside watching everybody else fight the entire time.
And then the island is just, here, go ahead, spend $10 on a pair of Nikes that you can use in game. Ooh, how exciting!
Let alone the fact.
Hold on, we're getting a telegraph. Hi, I'm FGK, and after being forced to go through 2 matches at Jackalmania, my back has as much support as Shane McMahon's cankles at WrestleMania 39.
He didn't break his cankles. He tore both his ACLs in one clean jump.
That will forever be.
His cankles are fine. Those Jordans fit him great.
That was forever one of my favorite things that ever happened at WrestleMania. Watching his legs just turn to putty.
That match at WrestleMania kind of feels like 2K25.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go, let's play. Oh, it sucks. Got it. Okay.
I would rather have Snoop Dogg over half these fucking celebrities that are going to be included in the DLC, dude. Legitimately.
Yeah.
And Snoop Dogg, at this moment, is so far the only person that's actually had a match in the WWE compared to all those other 5 on the list. Well, no, sorry. One of them also has had a single match, but that's it, though.
Hey,
Ooh,
Travis Scott bitch slapped Cody Rhodes, so that means he's good to go. Also, Shaq is crossing. Is he crossing the forbidden door? Because he was in AEW.
He was also in WWE.
He was in WWE first.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 32 Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. How could you
Isn't
forget?
he like still technically with AEW? Isn't he like still technically on a contract?
No
he's
fucking
Shaq.
clue.
He does whatever he wants.
That's true.
I'm Shaq, yo. I like Papa John.
Shaq sold us our printer. It's a great printer.
Did he?
It's a great printer. Been kicking for years.
Shaq the printer salesman. Good to see it, man.
Printer salesman and wrestler DLC character.
So for those who haven't heard it, Eric, do you have the list like?
Yes. Yeah.
In front of
So
your
the
eyes
list.
at the moment.
The list. We have KSI, Travis Scott,
Boo.
Tyrese
Boo.
Halliburton, Shaq,
Who?
and Jalen Brunson.
Oh,
Wait, who was the one you just said?
What, before Shaq? Tyrese Halliburton.
No, before Jalen Brunson.
Shaq,
For
Shaquille.
some reason, my brain
O'Neal.
thought you said Track, and I was like, who the fuck is Track?
Famous NBA star Shrek going to be included in the WWE game.
Oh my God, that's the DLC I want. Give me the Shrek DLC. They had a wrestling scene; it would work.
True.
Whoever thought, hey, we should put basketball players in this needs fucked in the ass with a pineapple.
Oh,
Because,
yeah. You know who I'd rather than all these people?
Fucking stupid.
I'd rather
Who?
an NXT DLC.
Hey,
I'll do you one
knock
better.
that off. That would make sense.
I know, right?
I'll do you one even better. How about a DLC of a company that WWE is close in partnership with, a fucking TNA DLC?
Hey, knock that off. That would make too much fucking sense.
No.
Right. Yeah, no, God
you
forbid.
can't. No, we need these random celebrities that nobody gives a fuck about in the WWE sphere. I guess
And
maybe
basketball
Travis
players.
Scott might be involved with WrestleMania, but that's about as close as you can get with any of these people on this list.
It circles back into what, Mike, something you said last week about the Jey Uso match. We'll get to the progression of that later.
Oh yeah.
But you said that match isn't for us. And with the island and with this cast of DLC characters, I can confidently say, as a wrestling and football podcast, that this DLC, oh boy, it is not for us.
Oh, not by no, hell no. That's what gets me though, is it's like they're trying to go, man, we're 2K. We also do basketball. I know how to get basketball people over here. Let's put 2 basketball players in there. That'll win them. Like, what are they gonna do? Dunk as a finishing move?
Probably.
I'm gonna
shoots a
give
three
Shaq
and
the
it lands on
fucking
your head and
Punjabi
knocks you out.
plunge.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna make Shaq my world heavyweight champion in universe mode.
I'm gonna give Shaq Penta's moveset. I want to see a Mexican destroyer done by a 7-foot-tall black man.
You know, hey, instead of giving him Penta's moveset in a couple of weeks, you'll be able to give him Rey Fenix's moveset. That's even more flippy shit.
Hey, because it is confirmed that it
Yes,
is
sir.
going to be him on SmackDown. Yeah,
Yes. So Penta
there it
and
is.
Rey are being kept separate, I guess. I don't know,
For
because
now,
like people are
yeah.
crossing over anyway. So I don't know if they're gonna like keep the separate brands or what. But I think the intent is just so that way they're not both forced into a tag team right away. And I mean, obviously, with their history of being a tag team, that's something we're all waiting for whenever it happens. So, you know, they're just going to do their singles runs first, which will only make the tag team run that much more exciting.
Well, and I know Penta, like, one of his goals was to be in singles competition in WWE, to like really be himself. And he doesn't want to have to be. I'm sure if he wins, like, you know, the United States title or whatever, once he does that, and once Rey does whatever he's going to do, and they realize, oh man, we still don't really know how to push a Mexican star not named Rey Mysterio, then they'll eventually put him as a tag team.
Well, I mean, Rey Fenix, Rey Mysterio, that's very close. I mean, Rey Fenix may get a proper push.
Yeah,
They've
but
done well with
unfortunately,
Penta.
They're gonna have to neuter Rey Fenix's moveset because, well, as we well know, if you do flippy shit outside of the WWE, you get to do less flippy shit inside the WWE.
You get to do one flippy shit per match.
Because we don't want you accidentally breaking your arm or whatever like you did in AEW.
to be honest, I kind of don't mind the split at first because
not at all.
I don't know how much of a scolding hot take this is, but I have not been big on the LWO since inception and everybody that's inside of it, including Mr. I fucked Ric Flair's daughter and then got broken up with her, got back with her, broken up with her again. I like having a strong Latino representation on both brands because as much, HGH and reparative surgery Rey Mysterio can take, he ain't getting any fucking younger, dude. He's like, what, 52 now? 55? Like, he's old, brother. So I just want these two to kind of build up themselves, build up a brand, do something similar to what Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn did. I know, Kevin and Sami were never necessarily a tag team with one another, but like establish themselves as dominant individual superstars. And then once the inevitable team up happens, it's going to be that much better. Especially because I could see it now. Penta holding the IC title on Raw, Rey Fenix holding the United States Championship on SmackDown. That shit is money, baby.
As long as they let Rey go out there, and the one thing that's going to be tough is he moves fucking quick.
Oh, yeah.
Now, again, I'm not trying to ride on anything on AEW, but they have people like Kenny, Will, Darby, Orange, people that can keep up with somebody that speed. WWE has those people, but doesn't know how to use them. Like everybody in the LWO, they can move quick. They don't use them that way, though.
The fact that your LWO is a mid-card kind of tells you where WWE feels about Lucha in the grand scheme of things.
Like, I know for a fact Rey Fenix's first match is going to be with someone like fucking Angel Garza, and he's going to be moving circles around him, and the match is going to end up being a stinker because Angel Garza was told to, like, just make Rey look good, and he's not going to be able to keep up with him, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be, like, Penta's moveset. He moves quick, but he's also he can be very technical, and while he does dives, he has a deeper moveset. Rey has a great moveset, but he does a lot of the wow factor in his matches. And unless they let him go out there and they're just like, hey, you do you, it's not going to hit as well as we want.
Only time will tell, my friend. Yeah. Only time will tell.
Find out
next week. I don't know when. I'm interested to see where in the show he's going to be. That's kind of what I'm like. Is in my opinion, he's already been announced for next week. He should open the show. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I mean, is he just going to debut in the mid card and kind of stay there for a little bit, or is he going to debut in the main event? I don't know. But there's hopefully Lucha can get a little bit of love right now because in WWE right now the most compelling Lucha story that they have is over on Raw with El Grande Americano and Chad Gable. I mean, who knows who El Grande Americano could actually be. Next week, Raw is finally back in the United States. So next week, we have Raw at 8 p.m. again. My work is going to love that because they did not like me watching it while I was working. But, I mean, I totally never did that. No. But, next week, Raw's in Minnesota. We have El Grande Americano on Raw. No Chad Gable. Apparently, he's already said he's sick. He can't show up. That's unfortunate. But this week's Raw was pretty good. I liked this stretch of international Raws. I did. I didn't really like the time, but I think at least, especially for the story that they're trying to tell with Cody Rhodes and John Cena, great crowd. I mean, they're an international crowd, so of course they're going to be happy. We started off the night with Cody Rhodes, and I guess we start off the night. We started off the afternoon with Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Little confrontation in the ring, little bit of words, little bit of a crossroads. It was quite the meeting.
I see what you did.
It was hell of a way to open Raw. Hell of a way to open, and that crowd loved Cody Rhodes.
Hold on. I think I need a sip of my El Grande Americano cappuccino right now. Much better.
How's that? Is it nice and warm, or is it kind of lukewarm at this point? Do you think they should have?
Oh.
Do you think maybe they should have given you your cappuccino like last week? Not made you wait another week.
Well, I think where the location they gave it to me at first was much better, but now that I'm drinking it back in the States, I don't know if it's going to be going over as well.
That's fair. That's fair.
The Cody Cena segment was exactly what I thought it was going to be and what it needed to be.
Yeah.
I loved that it ramped up to another level this week. The war of words between those two right now delivered in droves, big dog. It popped me out of my chair. Some very, very memorable lines to come out of it so far. One of them being, I build billionaires for empires. All you've ever done is steal money from their kids.
And then Cody retorted with,
oh, hold on. I only had that one saved, Mike. You put me on the spot here.
Cody retorted with, well, at least they never chanted to me, you can't wrestle.
Oh.
And then did a very soft crossroads.
Well, they don't want to hurt him before WrestleMania, okay? I think
He's speaking of getting old, John Cena, man, I built like a brick shit house still, but I guess you got to protect those very, very soft bones for his movies coming on up. There was another line too. Yeah. I'm gonna quick step away for a second because I want to find that line again. Excuse me, pardon me.
Yeah, I missed that, and pretty much every match before. I think Gunther mauling Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean this promo was, in my opinion, this was what this needed. Not that like Cody and Cena wasn't already a marquee match. Like you could have had that at WrestleMania just because of that. But like this right here, like they went into the history that like Cena and Cody had. They used to ride together. Cena called Cody his chauffeur that just got lucky. Like, like Cena at one point said, "This is your why," and like that, like as soon as he said that, it's like shit. He just laid it down. Like he just laid down the challenge. He just laid out why he wants to beat Cody. He laid out why he doesn't feel like Cody is a good enough champion, despite Cody, carrying the company on his back for years and years and years. Like, this was the promo that we needed. And I liked that this started out with Cena coming out, and he didn't get a word out before Cody Rhodes did. Before Cena could even talk.
Right.
You hear the wrestling has more than one royal family. Like that, that's Cody's in control of that situation right from the beginning. And like that's what they're trying to tell now. It was like John Cena is off complaining and doing his own thing and saying that he's the best, which I mean he is, but everybody else is looking at him going, no, you're just complaining. We all like Cody, and it's just getting people to realize that Cody is in the spot that at least, maybe not reception wise, but at least like company status wise, Cody's in that spot that John Cena was in. This is a proper passing of the torch this year at WrestleMania. I can only assume John Cena wins 17 at Mania, and then Cody wins it back by the end of the year. That's where I assume this is going. Because after tonight, it's after tonight, it's like, okay, there's a lot of history here, and you can use that to keep going, right? Like they're not going to have one fight and be like, all right, we're done. Like this is years and years and years of their life being friends, trusting each other, riding in the same car as each other, learning from each other. And John Cena's calling Cody just like a cheap imitation. It's like it's like your mentor stabbing you in the back and just it's I taught you everything you knew, but not everything that I know. And I like I mean, it sounds dumb, but that's what John Cena's saying. Right? He's saying you're copying me, but you're not me. So I really like where this is going.
All that was said to Cody, but Cody did not just lie down and take it because
no.
The stuff he fired back at Cena was they chose me, John. The people, the WWE chose me to be the champion. You want to know who chose you? It was some guy sitting in an office who's not here anymore, and we can't even talk about him.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that just coming out of nowhere got me real good.
Seeing Cena's face when he said that too.
Oh yeah,
motherfucker! You know, want to be like, hey, fuck you.
I think the other thing that I really enjoyed what Cody did here was kind of implying, like, yeah, man, you're a WWE guy, and the part of like you didn't leave WWE in a good spot when you left for Hollywood. It was so bad to the point that I had to leave and go start another fucking company.
Yeah. He's not wrong.
Don't come in here acting like you're so high and mighty. Like, there is competition now that I started because of you.
Yeah, and
it was so good, so good.
So many people compare like an AEW crowd to like an ECW crowd, and it's like, think about what ECW thought about John Cena when he was being shoved down their throats. Then you have that same crowd looking for another alternative all these years later, and that's how AEW pops up. Like, Cody Rhodes isn't wrong. John Cena isn't wrong. Like, both of these dudes are firing live shots, and both of them are in the right, honestly. It's like, yeah, okay, fuck it. We have a GOAT versus a GOAT. Let's see what happens. Like, so excited.
You both have good points.
Breaker. We got a live incoming report. Fire Guy thoughts. Number one, crowd equals British. Cody and Cena, a solid 9 out of 10.
No, I agree. Crowd equals British, and that applies for the second match that happened on Raw tonight, because it was
was that?
Oh my God. I don't know if you heard that, but my power might go out. Oh, my power might go out. That lightning strike sounded close.
A storm.
It's a big one. You know what? It makes sense, though. You know, I guess the Storm is excited, and this crowd was excited because it was the New Day versus a returning New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, who is returning from a torn pec.
Hell yeah. Welcome back, Tyler Bate.
That song is still not good.
No, still not. Still some work in the theme department for sure. But a solid tag team to have back in a very, very competitive tag division.
And lost their first match back immediately to the New Day.
New Day, but it's just something for them to do, you know.
Absolutely.
Just setting it all up.
It was an okay match. New Day doing nefarious bad guy New Day things. I didn't.
Oh yeah,
mind
they're heel day.
I don't know what the Mania match is going to be, because I feel like, very similar to SmackDown, a lot of Raw tag teams could get involved with it, but they did call out War Raiders after the match.
I feel like it's either somehow going to turn into like a tag team championship opportunity, or maybe like a Backlash. It may not be a WrestleMania. But honestly, just because the return of Tyler Bate is like right now, you know, that's like only... Well, actually, I guess it is later in April than it usually is. So they do have a little bit more time to... So yeah, it might turn into a Mania match.
So, sidebar, real quick. You saying WrestleMania is later, Michael Cole scared the shit out of me, because he said next week is the go-home show, and I was like, wait.
It's the penultimate, he said. Not go home, penultimate.
Wait. I think we still have 2 more Raw. We have 3 SmackDowns and 2 Raws before WrestleMania. It's like the tag division. It's odd, because it could very well be a Backlash match in the great wrestling city of St. Louis. I just know that they're probably going to be close to where they were last year for a Mania card and have 14 matches on the card. And you're probably going to need some title matches here to pad things out, since the tag teams were all in just one fuck off, everybody go at the same time match last year. So I wouldn't mind seeing the tag team separate defenses on the same show. to bring legitimacy to these new titles, damn it.
Yeah, I mean, they need to be treated as separate titles and like separate divisions even, you know, like I really think that the tag team division in AEW or in the tag team division in WWE has a lot of depth right now. It used to be the tag team division in AEW, which is why I got so tongue-tied, but WWE right now by far is looking like an amazing promotion for tag team wrestling. We're getting another Telegram Fire Guy thoughts here. New Catch Republic. What in the name of Paul Revere is Def Rebels? And yes, Jackal, he's using this correctly. Fetish saying with the name of the group person or whatever at the beginning of the song. Can't wait till they're gone for good. Tag match was all right, by the way. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just a typical Def Rebel song. It's just how it is. It's just the state of WWE music.
I kind of hope Viking Raiders, War Raiders, whatever they're called now, I hope they kind of get a big win at Mania, establishing themselves as a good holder of the Raw Tag Team titles for a while.
And they have a great theme, so I'd like to listen to that too.
Indeed, they do.
And you know,
I think we all know what was next.
Yeah. Next was quite honestly the reason why I went, man, this is why Raw shouldn't be at 3 p.m, because it was a violent. Well, it wasn't. It was a violent match, but it was a more violent mugging and attempted murder after the match. Jimmy Uso stepping up for the challenge against Gunther. That was rough.
Only time I've ever seen a slap retorted with murder.
Yeah. Jimmy slapped Gunther, and Gunther took that personally. Holy shit. I was at work during this, and I had to step away to go do work stuff and missed this match and came back to a bloody, beaten Jimmy Uso being choked out by Gunther while Jey Uso was handcuffed and zip-tied to the ring ropes, screaming in pain as he watched his brother get choked out. And I sat down and I went, oh my fucking God, it's 4:00. What the fuck? Like, I was just not prepared. He didn't
just choke him out. He also busted him open.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying. I came in at the tail end of this. I came in. All I saw was just a dead Jimmy Uso, and I was just like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, in fact, you have to sacrifice an Uso for a good WrestleMania match.
That's actually why the Samoans have been on top for so long. Turns out, it's wild how that works.
There's always two.
This match did exactly what it needed to do, and the Mad King Gunther coming out on top of it. Oh boy, sorry children, I don't know if I need Jay to win now. If this Gunther's gonna stick around, I want Gunther to hold that thing for a long time. I love this, and I will give credit where credit is due. Last week, when we were bitching about this match, FGK said this thing should be a slaughter. If it's anything other than that, it's wrong. And a tiny little round of applause. He got it on the money because that's what it was, and it was perfection.
Yeah, and the thing that gets me with this match is that, like, Gunther has always been capable of that. You know what I mean? Like, that is a role that he was kind of like, that was not Gunther, that was Walter. And if they had let him do that the entire time that he's been champ, this match against Jey Uso would look entirely different, because we would have never even been saying, well, Jey Uso's getting an opportunity because he's the Yeet guy. We'd be going, no, Jey Uso's getting fed to Slaughter because he's the Yeet guy.
Jey Uso's getting a mugging at Mania. Oh boy.
Yeah, Jey Uso better listen. He's been slipping the past few weeks. He had a flop dollar incident. He better work some stuff out, because I think Gunther's gonna be a little bit angry.
That's what makes me wonder is like, what are they going to do within the next 2 weeks to make Jay look like he can even remotely beat Gunther?
Ooh, see, that's the thing, though. Maybe they don't make him look like he can beat Gunther, because then you going into the Mania match thinking like, oh my God, how is this guy going to do it? And then, oh, he's actually the ultimate underdog now and defies all the odds.
Well, he's gonna beat Gunther by the power of friendship, and he's gonna yeet
Ooh,
his way to victory.
There we go. Oh,
Crowd's going to empower
right.
him like Sami Zayn.
Maybe the yeet was the friends we yeeted along the way.
Maybe the yeet were the handprints in my brother's chest along the way.
We got another fire guy thought number 3 coming on.
We're leading you loud and clear, Road Dog. Reading you loud and clear.
I love this segment. This is the World Heavyweight Champion I've wanted this whole time. Blood on a free Raw.
Yeah.
Miss Mary Susan, is it my birthday? Finally a champion with a set of cojones on him. Sadly, I feel this now means Jay will win at Mania. Otherwise, he just looks like a bitch. I mean, like, let's go Gunther. I really hope I'm wrong. See, that's the thing. I can say this about a lot of the matches that happened after this Raw. I have I went from fairly confident to a lot of my picks for Mania this year. I don't know if I'm that confident anymore.
Yeah.
They did a real good job of interjecting some doubt into my picks.
And if
they haven't. Oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if I may, because FGK talks about blood, which yes, that's I want to know, why are they showing something like that but censoring fuck and like still censoring the crowd? Like, where what is acceptable with WWE now? Because like that wasn't even just like they cut him open. That was a lot of blood. That was like Ric Flair, like that. Listen, I credit to Jimmy Uso. I don't know if he did something to make it more bloody, or I don't fucking know, but that was insane.
Nick Devane. That was some Eddie Guerrero JBL.
Yeah, that
shit
was.
right there,
I don't know if he went too deep and fucked up, or if I mean, I know it's supposed to like mix with the sweat and it makes it look more bloody than it really is. But if that was sweat, that's a lot of fucking sweat. And that's a lot of sweat coming right out of his fucking head. Like,
kudos to him, because that visual aided this feud infinitely.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it needed. It needed a sacrifice of blood.
Well, when you word it like that.
Well,
you're not wrong, though. You're really not wrong. That's what this was.
Incorrect.
I mean, it wasn't even a pinfall or a submission. It was a ref stop. It was the referee went, please, for the love of God, you're gonna kill him. And they stopped the match. Like, it was a sacrifice. It was not a match. It was a mugging.
Yes, sir.
And that was crazy.
So the thing you said, you said they censor the word fuck, and they censor the crowd, but they were saying shut the fuck up to Logan Paul, and they were letting that fly.
Yeah, well, that's because they said it with a British accent, so the censor probably couldn't catch it.
They're like, I don't know what they're saying. No idea. Ain't that flop? God. Again, the fact that Logan Paul is known for, his YouTube stuff and Vine and TikTok and all that shit, and can't cut a promo to save his goddamn life is still the most baffling thing to me.
The fact that Logan Paul has been around for so long and not, because like at this point he has had a good few years in the WWE. He has had some major opportunities. Everybody knows that he does train before his matches. They show the clips of him training and stuff, but it seems like he's really only focused on the in-ring stuff and really doesn't give a fuck about being on the mic, which I understand. He makes content. He has a podcast. He does everything that he does. He vlogs, films dead bodies in Japan or whatever he does. But yeah, right. Like when it comes to a wrestling promo, he can't cut one. Yeah.
No. God, I fucking hated that segment.
I'm supposed to be excited about, AJ Styles having a Mania match, a bit of a marquee Mania match. I'll give the fucker some the tiniest ounce of morsel of credit because he has a very clickable name in the general public. So AJ Styles has a bit of a better match, but instead, the only thing I found out is that apparently the people from London, England are in fact poor and don't deserve anything good in life. Got it.
Yeah. I mean,
that
it's
that was something.
Yeah, that promo was not great.
No.
But before that, we had actually a good match before that segment. We had a tag team match, Penta and Braun Breaker putting their transgressions aside for one night to go up against the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Dirty Dominic Mysterio, Carlito down at ringside. I mean, we talked about it last week, but Finn Balor is back on top at this point. He's had a good few weeks, and they want you to really feel good about Finn Balor, which means he's going to get the fucking rug pulled out of him when it matters the most.
Yep. There is no shot he is taking that IC title off of Braun at Mania, I feel.
I mean, at one point, Finn Balor, after the match, was walking like backstage segment, and he literally was like, "Woo, Finn back on top!" And it's like, oh man, that's a line for a video package later when you're bum ass Finn Balor. Like,
yep, that's exactly. Well, and then you had Liv, talking to Dom, going, "Hey, you were out there too. You won too." She's like, I'm going to go talk to Adam Pearce. And she walked off, and it's like, well, okay. I think it would be fucking hilarious. They have this giant ladder match or whatever at Mania, and Dom ends up winning the fucking title.
Oh, Jesus.
Honestly, if Dom was like, if he was winning and betraying Finn Balor at the same time, I'd be okay with that. Because then it puts Finn Balor, he gets the rug pulled out of him at WrestleMania, but then he gets into an opportunity with Dominic Mysterio. So, because I want Finn Balor to be pushed. I want Finn Balor to be a champion.
So, Dom betrays him, wins the title, which leads to Backlash. We get Finn going off the deep end, and that's how you bring back an even more fucked up version of the Demon.
Back for some revenge.
And he just squashes Dom as the Demon and wins that belt.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that, and then I could see if you have the Demon, then you could do like Demon versus Penta. That'd probably be like an amazing, because like Penta has that fun. Whole. He hasn't really done it in WWE, but he has like Pentagon Dark. The Penta mask itself is cursed in Lucha Legend or whatever. So like, there's. He doesn't really touch on it too much, but there is a little. You could do some spooky shit with Penta. He can play ball.
Penta and Lucha Underground got dwarfed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Penta fucked in Lucha. He was great.
He was also great with Braun Breaker. Like, I didn't know that chemistry between those two was something I needed. That was a very surprising outcome from that pairing. I liked it.
I think Penta can just work with anybody. I think that's what that proves. Like, he's in this match with people that he's never even maybe he's crossed paths with Finn Balor before, but
yeah,
I doubt it. Actually, I doubt it. But
if it would be anybody, it would be Finn, because the other two I think are 25 respectively. So.
Yeah, but no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he's never. Even in the WWE, he's never had matches against these people. Well, I guess he had a match against Braun, but it's like, it's like he can just get in the ring and do whatever. And every single week, he's been knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, I think as far as a mid-card title goes, they have the best. They have the most stacked middle of a roster I've ever seen. Because you also have Braun Breaker, who can 100%. Get in there and work a match with anybody. He can tag team with anybody. I mean, come on, him and Baron Corbin as a tag team.
Oh yeah, dude!
It was such a fun team to watch.
That is wild to think about. That was already a year ago, because they were defending it at Stand and Deliver in Philly.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean,
and then you have Ludwig, you have Dom, you have Finn. The fact that Finn's mid card, but still, it is fucking stacked. So I mean, if you pretty much have to make that a multi-man match.
And that's just the IC. That's not all the big names that are even going after the US title. Like it is stacked. And you're talking about last year's WrestleMania. We kind of got a little bit of a blast from the past, with a little bit of a spin on it. We had the Women's World Championship match, Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. That was Mania's story last year. Like that was, I feel like Rhea Ripley. She always stands tall, but never gets the opportunities when it matters. I feel like that's just what tonight showed.
Right. I love all three of them individually. Some more than others, but just something about tonight did not click for me at all.
Well,
yeah.
It's the fact that they're going, week after week, oh, we're not going to make this a triple threat. Oh, we're not going to make this a triple threat. When we know, for fuck's sake, at the end of all of this, they're going to be like, well, this is a triple threat match. And we're supposed to go, what?
Sacre bleu.
This match didn't need to happen. Fucking last week didn't need to happen. Next week isn't going to need to happen. It's just all fucking useless instead of doing a proper build-up.
I think a lot of this came off of the backlash of when Rhea Ripley just signed her name on the contract. And people were like, oh, is she really going to be in a championship match just because she signed her name? Like, is that really what we're going with? And I think they maybe saw that and they were like, okay, well, let's give her a reason to be involved and all of that. Which, sure, but at the same time, it honestly probably would have been better if you just left it as Rhea signed her name too. Fuck it. This is the match. And then you at least have, your weeks to make people care about it being a triple threat rather than why the triple threat is happening. You can keep escalating between everybody. So that way, by the time they get into this match, it's like, well, of course I want to see this triple threat. They're going to rip each other's heads off. That's, and I think that's maybe how they want us to feel after this match. But I agree. It just didn't land, right? It just seemed like Rhea Ripley's getting screwed out of it because they just want to fuck around for a couple more weeks.
And I don't know about you guys, but to me, even though she won the Rumble, Bianca Belair seems like she won Elimination Chamber. There we go.
Yeah.
She seems like such a fucking third wheel to this whole thing. Like she shouldn't be there.
Oh, absolutely. I know the ever lovely wrestling fans on the IWC X universe, whatever the hell you want to call them. They like to defend certain women's wrestlers like their life depends on it. But I know I made it clear. I think FGK kind of agrees with me a bit. When it comes to Bianca Belair, unfortunately, she does have the personality of a 2x4.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it's just so white bread and bland to me.
We've also had Rhea standing tall 2 fucking weeks in a row, right? And Io and Bianca have just gotten their shit pushed in 2 separate weeks. And I know it's just going to end up being like, oh, and Io retained. Why? Because she's Io.
Yay!
Don't get me wrong. She's really fucking good. But, you're going to make Rhea seem like a fucking tank all week. Bianca's going to eat the pin, and Io's going to win.
The thing that I want to point out is that this match, it fell flat and there were things they could have done differently, but even going into the match, starting the match, when Bianca was coming down for her entrance, Michael Cole talks about how she makes her gear in a hotel room, and Pat McAfee's like, well, maybe she should have been studying being a referee a little bit more, and Wade Barrett was saying maybe she should have studied a little bit more because they were trying to say it was her first time, and Pat McAfee's like, well, she's the EST. She's not going to make any mistakes. She has time to make her gear and learn how to be a ref. And then the entire time, it was argue with Bianca, argue with Bianca, argue with Bianca, and Bianca has disqualified both of them. It just kind of makes Bianca seem a little I don't want to say scared of them, because that's not how she's acting. but it's almost like how they're writing, you know, like Bianca should have fucking thrown hands back. Just let it go out into a brawl, have Adam Pearce run out, and you know, he can blow a gasket or whatever. You don't have to have Bianca Belair do it. Because she's, at the end of the day, she's a wrestler too, right? Somebody hits her and she goes, you know what? No, fuck you. I'm just going to disqualify you. Oh, no, fuck you. Somebody hits me, I'm throwing hands back.
That whole outcome, that little 30 seconds of you trying to like say all that stuff, I would have enjoyed that more than everything that happened tonight.
Yeah,
100%. It just was, it flowed weird. It seemed weird. Bianca's character, for lack thereof, was just off. Io was botching a lot more than she ever does usually. That Poison Rana was kind of sad to watch.
Or the Samoan drop where they almost broke Rhea's neck.
Like, the entirety of Rhea's body landed on Io except her head.
Yeah.
It was just.
I will say though, it turned into a pretty sweet fucking Samoan drop.
Oh, absolutely.
I thought that they really did save that spot well by, you know, having Io pin, but at the same time, it's like people kind of know what that's supposed to look like. You know what I mean? Like, oh boy, okay.
You're right.
Like you hit it, but people still know.
Especially after tonight now, I 100% disagree that the very vocal minority of wrestling fans online saying that this should be the night one main event over Roman, Seth, and Punk are wrong and stupid.
Yeah.
They
should not.
They had the chance to, but after everything that just went down, no chance
rough.
in hell.
Yeah, a little rough around the edges. Yeah.
So,
like, if and this is just me, if I could do it the way I want, I would have them open night 1 and have Jay versus Gunther open night 2. And then Charlotte and Tiff has been such a lame ass build that you can just throw that in the middle anywhere and whatever happens there happens. God, what a way to fucking waste Tiffany.
That's unfortunate.
Fucking
that one has not gone over well.
No, not really.
I think as far as nights for matches being announced, I believe the only ones are the 2 main events. Yeah. And I think they said Randy and Kevin is night 1. Something I think I saw that somewhere. That can absolutely go in the middle anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I think
especially because that should be the match that they attempt to steal the crowd with, you know, pure unadulterated violence and attempting to murder each other.
Yeah, that should be punt versus pile driver. It should be a finisher match.
We'll see. I would love to see a stipulation added to it, whether it's finisher, extreme rules, last man standing, whatever it is. Tell me, please. I want to get excited. Well, come on now.
Are you a fan of stipulations?
Ooh, you know, I could say. Here, let me check my notes. Yes, I am.
Well, that's great because AEW happens to have a pay-per-view this Sunday, so tomorrow, AEW Dynasty, and it has quite a few stipulations because AEW is desperate for people to watch, which means they have been going balls to the wall for no reason for the past few weeks. Right. So, you know.
So, is this a 14-match AEW card? Is this a
no,
18-match
AEW? No, sir. This, because we are recording this on Monday, March 31st, we have not had Dynamite. We have not had Collision, which means we only have 6 matches announced. So, should not take too long. Yeah, we are jumping on this at the right time.
2 more will be added at some point.
Absolutely. 8 matches is Tony Khan. We've been doing this for over a year at this point. Tony Khan loves 8-match cards. Triple H does 5. But there's only 6 announced right now. So in typical fashion, we only talk about what we know.
He also loves giving money to Cody Rhodes, turns out.
Well, I mean, a lot of people love giving money to Cody Rhodes. And a guy who's finally getting his money in AEW, making his first AEW pay-per-view. We start off a 3-way match for the AEW International Championship. Kenny Omega, your champion, versus Ricochet, versus Speedball Mike Bailey finally in AEW. I'm actually excited about this match, legitimately.
Yeah, it's going to be another one of those. It's going to be a lot of spots, a lot of athleticism. They're all fantastic in the ring. Speedball has the Ricochet effect. Everybody's like, this is Ricochet's best promos of his career. They're still garbage. Speedball, not great on a microphone, but they are both
he never has been
stellar in the ring. Both incredible in the ring, though.
Yeah, a lot of flippy shit.
Real quick elevator pitch, like 30 seconds for someone who's uninformed. Who's Mr. Speedball?
He doesn't wear shoes, but he is uber athletic. He can do kicks, flips, jumps. He is not afraid to do whatever, and he always does it with a smile, which is also more impressive. But he does whatever he needs to win a match, and it's usually in a very athletic fashion.
TNA guy?
Yes, a very athletic,
for a long time.
A very athletic TNA guy with a very funny name. Me personally, I hope that by Speedball being in AEW, we can get away from just him being a guy that does athletic shit with a funny name. And I know that AEW is the king, it is the home of flippy shit. I know, I get it. Listen, they have Orange Cassidy, right?
I like
sometimes funny people are funny people, right? Sometimes funny people are funny people. But I really think that if by some fucking miracle Mike Bailey wins the AEW International Championship, you have an opportunity. Yes, people are going to love it, and you have the opportunity to tell a fresh, brand new story with somebody who has not had a lot of stories being told. And since people like Mike Bailey, as long as he doesn't fuck up royally, people will like what he does. And I really think that this could be, if they want to do something just fucking random on this pay-per-view, this is one where you get Mike Bailey beating Kenny Omega on a random AEW pay-per-view for 2,000 people in Philly. Which for the record, I will not be at AEW Dynasty because they decided to have the pay-per-view, well, I don't know what the Detroit equivalent is, but I would get mugged. So I'm not going.
Oh my. Okay. Well, to make my pick short and sweet, give it to Mr. Andrew Tate because he loves women so much, baby. Ricochet coming in clutch with a dub.
Freshly married Ricochet.
Just got married.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's how much he loves women. He
loves women so much he married one. If you love women so much, why don't you marry one? All right, I will.
Turns out he did.
I guess I will. Son of a bitch.
Mike, who you got for this?
I picked Kenny. Kenny. Duh.
That's fair. I think just for fun, I want to say Mike Bailey, but realistically, it's going to be Kenny Omega, the best wrestler that's ever lived, the cleaner. Then our next on the card here, a singles match for the. Oh wait, what is this? Okay, I really hope this isn't number 2 on the card. It's listed as number 2 on what I'm looking at, but I really hope this is not the second match. For the AEW World Championship, Jon Moxley versus Swerve Strickland. I really hope that's not actually number 2.
No, I think they didn't. I think they just put out the card without putting things in order. So they can look, anything could be at any time. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the main event.
That should be your main event, especially with Swerve.
Well, and I know it's probably not going to happen because they're on this whatever fucking story they're doing with Mox. Swerve should win.
Swerve should, 100%.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Well, from what I remember the last time we talked about AEW, you guys said that Mox should have went on a lot earlier. So, you know what? Fuck it. I hope it goes on second, and I hope Jon Moxley wins and gets another nail bat lodged in his testicles or whatever.
Oh my fucking God. Yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
No, we didn't.
When that happened. Yeah, that was fucking... You want to talk about shows being on at the wrong time. That should have just never been on TV at all. And unfortunately, FGK isn't here. I wanted to get his perspective on this. But it is my assumption, as somebody who just watches way too much wrestling, I think they were going for the spot that Abyss used to do, where he'd get suplexed onto the bat with nails and he'd roll off. I don't think Jon Moxley actually intended to get impaled.
No.
However, it did look like that sick fuck was getting off on it, but I mean, I guess that's more of a conversation for him and Renee to have.
That's a little different, I guess.
Listen, they left that in there a little bit too long. You know, he was
that's
savoring it.
Did you see? It made me so fucking uncomfortable when it happened. They didn't leave it in there on purpose because they had to cut away because fucking Wheeler Yuta couldn't pull that shit out.
Yeah.
So they had to cut away while the ref, apparently from the people that were there, literally held Mox's back and pulled them out. Like he had to angle it and pull the pieces out one by one so that he didn't tear his fucking flesh. Which, pass.
Well, yeah, I mean, probably when he landed on the nails, he probably fucking bent them. Because, spoiler alert, you're not supposed to get thrown on a fucking bat with nails.
No.
Very
but God, I think RVD is still fighting fans on Twitter to this day about it.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, listen, that was in my I know a lot of people, myself included, I was at that time I was just like, oh, what the fuck, this is gross. Looking back at it now, I'm like, yeah, no, that definitely was not the intent. He still wanted to suplex Jon Moxley on a bat with nails, and that was the intent, but it was definitely he was supposed to roll off and not just get them stuck in his spine. But hey, to each his own. But going back to this singles match for the World Championship, I think, for once, I feel like Swerve is kind of in control. A lot of times the story that they're telling with Swerve is that like something, he's always at 100% until he gets into that contendership. And then it's something with Prince Nana, or there's somebody getting involved, turning it into a three-way. There's always something else where they have a way to get it, to get Swerve out of there and keep him safe. But for right now, as far as I'm concerned, it really looks like Swerve Strickland has all of his cards in a row heading in to this match. And it feels like, especially with the story of Jon Moxley just kind of going on for so long without there really being much development. And also, spoiler alert, looking and seeing what's another match later on in the card, I feel like this might be a little bit of the turning point for the Death Rider story tonight. So this I think this is Swerve taking it.
I think you're talking about that 6-man tag later down the card, and if they lose to that team, a team that's not a team, for fuck's sake.
And this is also why I'm thinking, like, where on the match is this? Because you mentioned it, we have a trios match, and we'll talk about that after we get Jackal's pick. But that's another question of like, is the trios match going to happen before the World Championship? Because then theoretically the Death Riders could be out of the equation.
That'd be nice.
Jackal, what you thinking?
I fully expect Jon Moxley to whip out on this time a 2x4 filled with nails, but like those press-on nails that you get from the drugstore. And then he just starts scratching Swerve's back with it, and he gets so overstimulated he falls asleep because he feels so good in the middle of the ring. And then Jon Moxley pinned him that way, really quiet and gently, and retains the title that way.
Just like Gentleman Jack Gallagher and Orange Cassidy.
Oh yeah,
the match to watch if you haven't watched it. When they put a literal sleeper hold on in the ring and Orange Cassidy falls asleep. But
it's comfy.
Hey, yeah, sometimes it's comfy, and sometimes you're in a trios match between the Death Riders and Rated FTR, which is Copeland, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood. Yeah, I mean, they're just a team because they're all from South Carolina, North Carolina. Where are they from?
Edge is from fucking Canada, but he lives in North Carolina now.
Sure. Yeah,
man,
it's a weird pairing.
You both sound really excited about this match.
So it's... Okay, because like Rated FTR, so like FTR has been doing this weird thing ever since CM Punk was in WWE, or ever since CM Punk was in AEW, where they've decided that they don't want to be a main character anymore. Like they want to be side characters in other people's story. So we had the CM when CM Punk and FTR were in AEW together. Then CM Punk left, and we didn't have FTR for a while. And then Adam Copeland came up, and now we got rated FTR, and that's basically all we've seen of FTR for a year.
Oh,
yeah, pretty much.
boy.
They lost in that championship match to the Young Bucks when the Young Bucks were tag champs, and then they just kind of went away, and then all of a sudden, Cope came back, and they were like, "Oh, cool, we can come back now too."
Yeah, and it's like it's like you look at WWE's tag team division, like we were talking about before, and then you look at AEW. AEW has FTR. They're not using them. Like, huh?
No.
What a fall from grace, because I know at one point on the internet seeing Young Bucks versus FTR was like dream match beyond dream match, and now it's a nothing thing, and now they're just degrading themselves to side characters. I'm now finding out. Oh
yeah,
boy,
it's weird. It's lackluster, to say the least, but
So I'm gonna give this one to Edge. He's gonna set up a flaming table on the outside of the ring and
that'd be awesome.
Spear Konosuke through it. Is he a Death Rider?
No, Death Riders is John Moxley's friends, so that's Claudio, Pac, and Wheeler Yuta.
That's Claudio. Sorry, I get those two. They look so similar, Konosuke, Takeshita, and Claudio Castagnoli.
Sure they do.
They're practically twins. So, he's going to spear Claudio, not Takeshita, flaming table on the outside. Adam Copeland and friends pick up a very mediocre W, apparently.
If there's a flaming table, I will be impressed.
I think they're gonna eventually have FTR turn on Edge, because
probably.
FTR,
but then who's Edge's tag partner?
Quit detonating him.
No,
right. I'm sorry. Cope. Who's Cope's tag partner?
I'm only gonna dead name one person, and it's Edge, because Cope makes me sound mentally challenged when I.
Well, you just need to fucking cope, Mike.
There it is.
I'm gonna kill myself for this hotel room. Jesus.
But who would Edge's tag partner be then?
Change.
Christian?
No, that's just it. Is yes, because all right. So here's the whole thing. I'm gonna break it down real quick for Jackal, because I know he doesn't care.
Yep.
Understandable.
So the family, Christian's group, has been doing shit behind his back. Okay. Nick Wayne is going out doing shit on his own. Luchasaurus is supposed to be coming back soon. I'm sorry. Kill Switch. Don't want a dead name. He's coming back. So they're probably going to fuck off on their own. Christian, ergo, being on his own. Edge is about to get turned on by FTR. FTR is going to become bad guys, which is going to end up leading to a final run of Edge and Christian.
There you go. Attaboy.
Unfortunately, it's going to happen in AEW.
Oh, with no Dudleys and no Hardys.
But I was going to say, no, hold on. That's the best part, right? The Hardys have now called out saying they want one final match against Dudley. All that means we need is for Edge and Christian to say fuck AEW, and we get one more TLC where all of these old fucks end up in wheelchairs afterwards.
Oh my god!
Can I be the one to say honestly, I'm wearing an ECW shirt right now. I do not want to see old ass Hardys versus old ass Dudley Boys versus old ass Christian and Edge in a TLC match. You're gonna watch a senior citizen die. That's what's gonna happen. It's not gonna be a TLC match. It's gonna be a coffin match, and the coffin's real. It's practical.
Steven! Oh, get the table!
Steven! What? Hey, get the table. Never mind.
Where you going? Get the table!
Steven! Get the walkers!
Please, hurry! My spine just gave out, actually.
Get the aspirin. Yeah, no, listen, as awesome as it sounds to have it, I'll be the one to say it. Nobody wants to see that these days. If
I think you're
we're
wrong.
talking 10 years ago, fuck yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah. If we're talking right now,
WrestleMania
nah.
57.
Oh,
Edge and Christian versus
57?
the Dudleys.
Oh, long-term storytelling, brother.
Hell yeah. Just
Oh my
when
God.
you thought you forgot about them, here they are. They're back for one final one. The
57.
last team alive is tag team champion.
Last team alive.
Oh my God, that would be the 40th anniversary of TLC 2. Holy shit, the story there, Mike. Oh my God. And then we get Lita and Spike Dudley and Rhino with his little baby. Oh my God, that would be kind of... All right, now that's kind of sad to think of now. Oh boy. Oh, no. Here comes Spike Dudley slowly hobbling down to the ring to save the day of Devon and Bubba.
Rhino does that apron pile driver to him into the table.
Oh
off the
my
side,
God,
and he
it would
just ends
snap
up
his
turning to dust.
Jesus.
It would be a last man
cowards.
standing match
You
for
won't.
real.
Yeah, last team alive wins.
They
God
wouldn't count
bless,
the
figure
10.
it
They
out.
just check your pulse. Whatever.
Jesus, dude.
The Ric Flair heart
Oh,
attack
I'd watch
spot,
that
but
shit
for
in a
real.
heartbeat.
Yeah.
Speaking of performing matches until you die, AEW, I can imagine there's something else further down the card.
Oh yeah. I mean, we actually, get something a little bit different for Timeless Tony Storm for once. So not not until you die, because she's been going with Mariah May forever. But finally, we get somebody slightly different. We get Timeless Tony Storm versus Megan Bayne, the Megasis from Japan. Powerhouse of a woman.
Sorry, that just came out. Hell yeah, she is.
This is going to be a hard-hitting match. Hard-hitting.
Not
She
Megan
changed up her
Not Megan
her
what?
finisher is an F5.
Megan Fox?
No, not
No,
Megan
no.
Fox. No.
Megan Fox. Okay.
No.
Bigger and beefier.
Yeah, she makes Megan Fox look like a twig.
All right, hold on. I have the world's information at my fingertips. Could I get that name one more time, please?
Megan
Megan, and Bane, Bayne.
Megan Bayne.
One of the
And,
newest arrivals to AEW.
Yeah,
Holy
take that in with your
holy
papers.
Jesus. I'm gonna. This one's winning. I'm gonna excuse myself real quick.
Yeah, no. I mean, this is
understandable.
This is a great match. I mean, these are two women that are like both at the top of their games right now. And so a lot of people have kind of criticized this for having a very quick build. They've also said, well, of course it's Megan Bayne because she's new. So, you come into AEW and you get your title shot because that just seems to be how it works. And people will shit talk it. But at the end of the day, if you look at the current state of AEW, I think it is great that they have Megan Bayne going for an AEW Women's World Championship against Toni Storm. If Megan Bayne wins, she becomes one of the most powerful, credible women in AEW. If Megan Bayne loses, she loses to Timeless Toni Storm. Many people have. Like this is a very safe booking for Megan. I would love for Megan to win. I assume, just knowing how Tony Khan books and which head he thinks with, I assume we're going to get more Toni Storm versus Mariah May in the future, unfortunately. So probably Toni Storm winning, but my underdog pick here is definitely Megan Bayne, and I think there's maybe like a 25%. Like it could happen. It people have talked about it, but
wait,
I'd be okay and I'd be happy with that happening. What?
Megan Bayne? Bane. Oh God, I'm hearing Maine this whole time. I'm going. Toni Storm went from feuding with a woman called Mariah May immediately to a woman called Megan Maine.
No. Don't let this be your Jade Cargill, Cora Jade situation. No. Don't get them twisted. Don't get them twisted.
Okay. I'm here. I'm following slowly.
And Megan Bayne and Mariah May are not friends either. They are
okay.
Mariah May is in story very. Because she was one of the ones that was like in the same promotion. She was in Stardom kind of around, like there was a little bit of overlap with her and Megan Bayne. And so the story between Megan and Mariah May is that Mariah's like, I left Stardom because Megan Bayne was there. She was like, no, I was there. I came to AEW because I didn't want to go up against Megan. So yeah, there's, again, maybe a story there. They may be going back to Toni Storm and Mariah May. It's not a hot take to say that Megan Bayne may win this, but again, think about which head Tony Khan thinks with when he's booking.
Ooh, it's true. That is true.
I mean, they have had Megan Bayne beat Chris Statlander cleanly and make her look weak. So
yes,
I like to think Megan Bayne can win this one, especially because when she does her F5 and lands on a knee and does that sweet ass hair flip.
Oh yeah,
she does an F5 too.
Yeah, she does an F5. Look at her. Of course, she does an F5.
Me want Megan. Give me Megan.
That's fair.
Me Megan now.
Well, so all right. She
now
used
you know
to
what the
do
crowd's
F5
chanting.
where like she fell back like Brock Lesnar, right? And then she decided to switch it up. So she goes forward, lands on a knee, and then does the hair flip, and it is hot.
It is, yeah. Took the words right out of my mouth. Right out of my mouth. But yeah, I mean, that's gonna be that's, if we can get more Megan Bayne in, I mean, looks aside, if we can get more Megan Bayne in the AEW main event like that, she can be, the Rhea Ripley of AEW, where like she's just a fucking beast. She's mowing people down. She's standing tall every week. She's like a fucking gladiator, like she can just be there and just fight. And it's like, she would be a very good person to put your title on if you're trying to kind of re-kickstart a division. So
if she doesn't beat Toni Storm, I want her to go kill our Lord and Savior Sasha Christ. That would be my next best wish.
Funny story. Somebody else is going to attempt to do that.
Oh,
not on Dynasty.
Because if I thought Athena versus her was on Dynasty.
No, I don't see that. No.
Athena's still alive?
Oh yeah, she's the longest reigning ROH champion of all time now, and she's facing Sasha Christ at some point.
Hold on, let me look up. Let me check. It's not just the card that I'm looking at.
I have not been following her ever since she unfortunately left the WWE, but my goodness gracious. I know I just said what I said about dead naming, but Ember Moon was one of, if not my favorite women's wrestler to ever come out of NXT. I loved her look. I loved her music. I loved her moveset. I loved everything about her. I didn't love the fact that unfortunately she was a skosh injury prone. But man, I am glad that she is still going with wrestling, because for a second there I thought she was done. So I'm happy to still see her going.
She's just been in ROH the whole time.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And now, I do want to clarify, AEW does not have this match advertised on their website right now, but I do see it looks like some of the dirt sheets are saying that it's like going to be added. So it may be added by the time this is out. I think we all know where we stand on this match, though, when you look at the people that are involved. You talked about Ring of Honor. There is a Ring of Honor match on this card. We have title versus mask. That's right. Title versus mask.
Wait. Before you say who it is.
Oh, he's edging me.
Before you say who it is, I want Jackal to guess.
Okay.
Because if you say his name anyways, he will let out a sigh in sadness. So, I want you to guess who you'd be depressed on hearing about in this match.
Oh, title. Am I talking about the title or am I talking about the mask?
Oh, he has the title.
Oh, it's the title. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. Who has a title in AEW right now?
Who's your Ring of Honor World Champion is the question you should be asking.
Oh, no.
Who in every segment, pretty much, have you hated him being in AEW?
Oh, don't you fucking tell me that he has gold around his waist right now.
The Nueve?
Don't you tell me that Captain fucking Chicken Bake has goddamn gold around his waist right now.
Yep, the chicken bake. No, not the Costco guys. No. The Nueve. Chris Jericho.
God. Oh. Whew. Oh, I was having heart palpitations.
Although Chris Jericho right now definitely has a body by Chicken Bake. 100%.
He does.
But title versus mask, the Nueve, Ring of Honor World Champion Chris Jericho going up against Bandito, a man who has never been unmasked. So this would be a very big moment in Ring of Honor if Bandito is unmasked.
And if they let Chris Jericho do that, the devil will actually come out in the AEW pay-per-view and start butt-fucking everybody in the crowd.
Oh my.
Because that means there is nothing good in the, and Chris Jericho will... I'm sorry, man. For a guy that had such a historic career, his latest run has just been the hottest of wettest farts on the planet.
This is, in my opinion, the laziest match that Tony Khan has ever booked. Not because of a lack of story. There has been a decent back and forth between the two in Ring of Honor. And they have a good history, Bandito and Chris Jericho.
Yes.
What you have to understand is that Ring of Honor is kind of like synonymous with Philly, right? Like it's a very Philly-friendly crowd. Philly likes Ring of Honor. And so by doing a mask versus title match, you're automatically giving a stipulation that everybody can buy into, just because there's going to be people out there that want Bandito to be unmasked because A, they don't like him, or B, they want to know what he looks like, or C, just out of general intrigue because he's never been unmasked before. You have Chris Jericho. People like him. People hate him. Like, this is the most 50-50 safe, throw a stipulation on it so people like it booking. I understand that the stipulation is big and important, but I think if you're looking at an AEW pay-per-view and you're looking at the state of AEW right now, you're thinking, why the fuck is this match on this card? Because there are so many people in AEW that are just sitting in the back waiting for an opportunity. And it's the argument that people always had when they introduced the Ring of Honor titles of saying, no. They're just doing it on they're just doing it on TV because Ring of Honor's, he just bought it, you know? And we sat here and said, no, these are going to become titles that get defended in place of people actually having opportunities. And that's kind of what's happening here. This match could have happened anytime, anywhere with this stipulation. They're only doing it in Philly because they just need a match that they know Philly's going to like. That's what's happening here.
I will firmly be in the corner of the Mr. Bandito man. I don't think the current day Chris Jericho deserves good things to happen to him, and I hope he loses the title.
That's fair. Bandito would be a great Ring of Honor World Champion. I would love to see that.
Well, he was apparently, and I completely missed it the first time. He was before.
Yeah, for a hot minute, he had it. It was a good run, but it was definitely one of those things where you could tell they kind of just wanted him to kind of get a little bit of a taste to string him along. Bandito's great. I love Bandito. I don't think Chris Jericho should be unmasking Bandito. I think if if anybody unmasks Bandito, it should not be in Philadelphia. Listen, I'm part of the Philadelphia crowd. You could do that anywhere. The Philadelphia crowd wants something more violent. They want something that's more like, the only time a luchador gets unmasked in Philadelphia is when their mask gets ripped off. You know, like when it's ripped to shreds, not pulled off, not unmasked because it's the gimmick of a match, but because the match is so violent and so bloody that they just rip the mask. And I feel like this, you know, maybe you don't do a match of that caliber all the time in Philly, but I feel like this slot could have gone like literally anywhere else to anybody else in AEW. You know, you have people like Switchblade that are just kind of loosely involved in stories on the periphery, and it's like, okay, if you were to actually give them a story, you could be using that spot a little bit better. And I mean, realistically, this is probably what, a a 30-minute slot, because like I feel like it's a title match and it's title versus mask. It's not like it's going to be 5 or 10 minutes. You know, like this is going to be a I feel like this is going to be a significant chunk of time that could have gone to like literally anybody else.
Yes, it should have gone to anybody else, but it is Chris Jericho, so it's not like it's going to be that long of a match, and it's going to have that stupid draw thing that he can't do right. Who cares? Bandito's probably going to win. Hopefully, if he doesn't, there is no God.
That's fair. That's fair.
Even as someone who doesn't even watch AEW, I could tell you that the one place that's better than Philly to do an unmasking match, maybe Los Angeles, where they're a lot closer and a lot more luchador type wrestling there with an audience that'll care about the mask of a luchador a lot more than Philadelphia will.
Yeah. Again, I could say it because I'm part of this crowd. Who cares about unmasking more? A bunch of white dudes in the Northeast or Los Angeles? Yeah. You tell me. And then at least the last match that's been announced so far, a singles match for the AEW TNT Championship. This match has no time limit and no outside interference is permitted. Daniel Garcia, your champion, versus Adam Cole, baby.
That should be a fun match.
This is going to be a banger. It's going to be great.
I feel like with how much we've talked about AEW, I haven't heard Adam Cole's name in a
or Daniel Garcia.
Or Daniel Garcia.
Yeah. No, like this is a different match, and I like it. I think I like especially, which I mean, in my opinion, it probably clues you into the kind of spots that are going to happen. But I like that they're saying that there's no time limit and no outside interference, because it makes you go, okay, why are you saying there's no time limit? Well, it's because these guys are going to fucking go, right? Like every other match, and even their championships have time limits. These dudes are going to fucking go. And not only are these dudes going to fucking go, but now you're saying that there's going to be no outside interference, which means, of course, there's going to be outside interference.
There's going to be outside interference.
And so now it's like, okay, well, who's going to do the outside interference? Well, look at the two dudes that are involved, Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole. Who's Adam Cole in a feud with? MJF. Okay, now we have Daniel Garcia, Adam Cole, and MJF in a match. That sounds fucking awesome.
He hasn't been in a feud with MJF in a while. MJF is hurt syndicate. Adam Cole is back with Roddy and Kyle O'Reilly, and Daniel Garcia is back with
but they never finished. They never finished it between MJF and Adam Cole.
Oh, that's because they gave up on it.
Right, they gave up. But hey, what does MJF do all the time? He puts on a devil mask and runs into a match. Just saying.
See, I like that answer better, because I was going to say he just puts on a Burberry scarf and bees an asshole. That answer makes a lot more sense.
Well, sometimes it's a devil mask in case you need to not know who he is, but totally know who he is.
Who is that strangely well-dressed Jewish man running down to the ring right now? I can't tell.
I hate that when MJF runs in, people are able to identify him based off of his ass. There's a bunch of horny motherfuckers on Twitter that's like, no, his ass is too fat. That's MJF.
What a wild sentence.
Yeah, but they were right, though. They were right. Yeah. That's the worst part.
I'm going to simply pick Adam Cole, mainly due to the fact that I have not been able to pick Adam Cole in a long time. And The Chugs is a great Twitch streamer, not related to Adam Cole in the slightest. Just a hunch.
No. Yeah, just like Chad Gable and El Grande Americano. Purely coincidental. Now, I just want to make sure that Adam Cole doesn't show up as a Simpson again, because Adam Cole is great. Yeah, he's always yellow.
Oh, he has jaundice.
Yeah. It looks like it. Like he's a great wrestler, but he's like scrawny as shit, and so he's out there scrawny and yellow, and like it's just like, dude, you look sick. You look like you need help. He looks like a fucking Make-A-Wish kid. Like,
oh no.
And it's not. I'm not trying to body shame or anything like that. It's just like, dude, maybe we need to overhaul the appearance a little bit. You know, like maybe
some
a little
body fat wouldn't kill you.
not even like body fat, maybe just put on some tanner, you know? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Get a dude to just spray you real quick on the way out, you know? Just a little bit. Like just or maybe here's an idea. You know, Dominic Mysterio, he wears like that fucking like tank top thing, you know? And maybe he's scrawny. Dominic Mysterio's got a body by chicken tenders, and he looks fucking more buff than Adam Cole.
Yeah, he does. Look good. A strong mustache, a strong mullet on that man. But what about the match, though?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm excited for this match. I feel like it's, you know, it's going to be solid wrestling from both guys, and not a lot on the mic going back and forth leading up to this. Your kind of typical AEW setup. But hey, I mean, you know, the match is going to be good, and at the end of the day, that's what AEW cares about, so fuck it.
And
why not?
Truth be told, we're probably going to also get, besides for Athena Mercedes, we're probably going to get one more match because the other one was scrapped because Brian Cage can't keep his legs healthy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did get fucked up again, didn't he?
For a second, I thought you said he can't keep his legs closed.
Well,
that whore.
Oh, my goodness. The slutification of Brian Cage. My goodness. Oh.
No, he hurt his knee at an event, so they had to cancel a tag team match, and then all of a sudden, who's the tag team that the Hurt Syndicate is going to face at Dynasty? Well, no match announced, but who called them out on Dynamite? Big Bill and the bounty hunter Brian Keith?
Brian Keith,
right?
Bad Apple. Yep.
Oh,
Bad Apple, the bounty hunter, Brian Keith, the less popular Bandito.
So excited, I think.
I knew you would be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just another team for the Hurt Syndicate to stop. But saying that, again, Bobby Lashley pretty much told MJF to go fuck himself on Dynamite. So,
nice.
You know, MJF always handles that stuff with really good composure, usually. Never reciprocates that in any way. So I'm sure that we'll have zero in right, guys?
I'm sorry. You know, after looking at his track record here, Mike, I'm inclined to believe you.
Yeah, I mean, I think this will be a nice
shoulders type guy.
I think this will be a nice, clean match. Absolutely zero interference. No run-ins. No disqualifications. No little Jewish boys.
Don't call him little. Don't call him little. Oh no!
I'm a little Jewish boy. I can say it.
I don't know why that made it work.
All of a sudden I want to watch this match a lot less now for some reason. I don't know why.
No, I mean, yeah, this is obvious. Obviously going to be MJF fucking with everybody, and that's going to be great. Do you think he's going to hit the music? Do you think he's going to run down? How involved do you think he's going to get?
I mean, would you want to get in the ring and piss off Bobby Lashley?
I think he gets into the ring, right? Like he has like a super long entrance walk down type, you know, like completely just interrupting the entire match. Gets in the ring, Bobby Lashley turns around and looks at him, and then he just gets the fuck out of there. I think he goes down there and Bobby Lashley turns around and he's like, nope. And he just fucking leaves.
On second thought, I'm out. Yeah, I mean, because who else? How are you ever going to beat the Hurt Syndicate? Like, who's going to beat them? Unless somebody cheats, right?
Rated FTR. That's who. No, I don't know.
Oh,
I will go to their front row and shoot myself in the front row. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. Too many people would like that. They'd be like, man, AEW.
AEW is hardcore.
It goes back to what we were talking about before, where it's like, what is the AEW tag division right now? Right? Like you have Hurt Syndicate running around hurting people because that's their gimmick. But like, what else do you have? It's just kind of lackluster, and you have people that are, you know, you have people that were main eventers. The last time the AEW tag team division was relevant was during Sting's retirement match.
Yeah, kind of. But hey, you have the young no, wait. Well, you have the Eclipse, no.
No.
You have Private Pup, no.
No.
Ass Boys?
Yeah, well, they were around for about 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden they disappeared.
Yeah, they're just chilling and catering, you know.
Okay. Oh boy. I mean, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page could run it back, I guess. No,
No,
Probably not.
Wild on that
Kenny
one.
Omega's busy with his title.
and his
Hangman's
life.
just in the Owen Hart tournament, so he's going to be big.
Ooh, that's starting again. How fun!
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The
And
tournament
guess
that
what?
everybody should care about because it totally matters.
Mercedes is a part of that this year. Yay.
Yeah, she'll win it.
because
She'll win it.
oh God, no! Oh God, it's Sasha Christ. Of course she's gonna win it. Oh no,
Yeah.
she's gonna win the Owen Hart tournament, dude.
It's another belt for her to wear.
Oh no!
I'm not kidding. It's probably another belt for her to wear, and that's how they're looking at it.
Yeah. Wasn't it like an actual trophy in the past?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a belt now?
The first, or I think it was either just the first or the first and second year, it was like an actual trophy. And now it's like, I think a trophy and a belt.
Oh,
a boat.
yep. Yeah, they want the visual
But the
of
belt
her
doesn't-
holding as many as
Like,
possible.
nobody, you wear the belt for like 2 weeks and then you're done with it. So, but I assume Mercedes Moné would probably wear it for the rest of her career because it's not a belt that you can lose.
I
So,
know.
not that she's in the business of losing belts anyway. That doesn't work for her, brother.
Sasha Hogan slowly becoming.
Yeah.
I mean,
How long do you think till she launches her beer line?
Oh,
Oh, no.
Real CEO beer.
hopefully Not soon enough, or not at all. I hope.
No, she would be like tequila or something.
Tequila, dude, that there's tequila right there.
And there's
Mhm.
tequila.
I said
Yeah.
tequila or something.
Oh, there was tequila or something.
Yeah,
Tequila.
tequila or something.
Man, I could go for some tequila right now.
Oh, especially after listening
Well,
to everything we just
yeah.
did.
Be on the lookout for Mercedes Moné's tequila coming soon.
Tequila
Hey, she'll be
by
in Philly. I
Sasha.
know where to find her. I can go get some of that tequila.
And that
I
was
really wanna.
that was all the matches you said?
That's
Yeah,
it.
it'll end up being
6
Wow,
plus
it's
the
announced.
probable 2. So
yeah 6 announced, 2 that are probably going to be added.
It's weird doing predictions for an AEW show, and I look out the window and it's still light outside. That's never happened when we've done this
know.
before.
Yeah.
So I quite enjoy it.
yeah, I mean it's nice when AEW doesn't completely throw everything at you in one pay-per-view. But again, definitely some spots that could be better used. But AEW has been very open that right now they're just in the business of kind of chasing that clip. So listen,
Oh
they're
boy,
probably
they are,
gonna they're at Temple in Philly. They're at Temple University. They're probably gonna fill it. I'm sure they're gonna fill it.
Oh, I just drove by Temple. Fuck, I got to turn around.
Oh, did you? You didn't stop by and say hi? You motherfucker.
Oh my
but no, it's-
No, but I think I'm heading back that way later this week.
that
All
works.
right. Give me your tracking info. I'll find you. I'll pull up to you on the highway.
Ooh, that is gonna work for me, brother.
But no, it's one of those things where I think this is a good pay-per-view for AEW to be putting on right now. But I think that this kind of also just shows that it's like AEW can throw good matches together still, yet they've just given us the same shit over and over and over again. So hopefully this is a turning point. Especially because I know they have some really big shows coming up soon that they need to fill, like the one in Texas. So I guess
Don't
we'll
worry.
see how that works. But
Hold on, because now that we're almost out of time, I guarantee you I know at least one of the matches, because there's ROH Tag Team Champions that have just been sitting there doing nothing, and one of them's from Texas, being Dustin Rhodes, teaming with
Oh, yeah.
Sammy Guevara.
He's still fighting.
yeah, Dustin
yeah.
Rhodes is
And
still
not just
around.
that.
Yeah.
Oh
Guess
my
who's guaranteed
god.
for the show?
Oh.
The Von Erichs.
Oh my god, they're gonna have the grandpa match. What the fuck, Von Erichs? Holy
Oh, no.
shit, dude.
The new ones. There's 2 new Von
They're kids.
Erichs that
they're
Dustin
kids.
Rhodes has been training, and they've been on
Oh.
a few shows. So I guarantee you,
Oh,
Yeah.
spoiler
boy.
alert for when they go to Texas, folks, they're gonna be there.
They're gonna
Yeah.
come out in Texas Longhorn gear, guarantee it.
And we'll deal with those
ready for
32
4 iron
matches on
claws.
that Texas card when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's that. I think unless you guys got anything else, that might do it for us. Normally we do a segment of FGK Guesses college mascots, but unfortunately FGK has been I think entirely abducted by aliens.
I think he heard us slowly start talking about negative things when it comes to mommy, and he just couldn't take that information. So he just said, "Alien, hurry up, take me, get me out of here. I don't want to hear the bad things about mother."
He said, "Beam me up and probe me, please."
Oh, I didn't hear that second part. No, yeah.
You guys got anything else?
He doesn't need to be abducted by aliens for that to happen.
Well, real quick, I wanna get a comment of the week here. This comes from our TikTok. Give me one moment. I have to find the screenshot because I had it and now I can't find it.
Well, if it's the TikTok of the week, I know right now it's FGK saying that.
I just want to find I want to find who said it though, so we can credit them. Let me get my phone pulled up. I just have to go through
WrestleMania 17.
Oh, here we go.
Very overrated.
Yeah. So the WrestleMania 17 TikTok. This comes from Jonathan Beeman. This is probably the best comment that we have ever gotten, and this episode might prove it. He says, "Make podcast equipment less affordable." And I want to make this comment of the week because I want to take the opportunity as we're going on episode 65 here, and I've been editing this mostly every single fucking week. It's not that podcast equipment is affordable. There's no good equipment to even start with. So like you're jumping the line here. Like there's so much of a baseline that we can do before we get into the equipment being the problem. I think the problem is probably just FGK not liking Rock versus Austin for some reason. And apparently I think forgetting about a match. But maybe that's just me.
See,
there's a reason he's called Peepaw sometimes.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. It's not the equipment's fault. It's Kev.
He watched the more recent episodes of Raw, but when was the last time he watched any other wrestling besides like the past 2 weeks? That's what
apparently
he
didn't watch
watch
WrestleMania 17. So.
Ooh.
Ooh, damn. Ooh,
but hey,
damn.
if you have any hate comments for us, you can go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I want to get some filtered comments on this episode. I want some good ones.
There it is.
Let us know in the comments below. If you're on YouTube or Spotify, you can leave them. If you're on Spotify, go ahead and follow us. If you listen this far, that means that you obviously like us, so go ahead and rate us with a 5-star. And if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon. We have videos going out very damn regularly over the next few months. Thanks to Jackal. Thank you, sir. Round of applause.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Gonna be adding more.
Yeah, so definitely make sure you subscribe because there's a lot of good stuff coming out. If you enjoyed me, you can find me over at twitch.tv/EraV1, youtube.com @EraV1Music, and I have a new song coming out on April 7th, all major streaming platforms. So stream it when you can, stream it as much as you can. I get exactly 0.0001 pennies of ad revenue every time it is streamed. So if I
put
get
that shit on loop while I'd sleep.
Yeah, if I get 1 billion views, I might be able to buy a pizza. So that's the goal. We'll see.
Hot and ready or like a good pizza?
Oh no, yeah, hot and ready. Yeah.
Well, hey, it's not good at the time, but when it's there when you need it, it never tastes better.
That's fair.
If you didn't enjoy the things I said, too bad, so sad. You can find me playing WWE 2K25 for the tiniest bit longer before Verdansk comes back into Warzone. But if you did enjoy the things I said, twitch.tv/JackalJoker or youtube.com/JackalJoker work just as good.
If you liked me, just keep listening to this. I'll be here. Always. Always waiting. Always watching. If you didn't like me, you can find me rifling around the dumpster at Caesars where I get my free
Oh, that's who gave me my hot and ready last time. I never made it into the store, actually. It was just a large, hairy man on the outside. And I said, "Sir, you look like my friend Mike," and his only response was,
Little known fact,
Listen,
Mike's actually responsible for
Quaaludes.
90% of Bigfoot sightings in the Northeast.
"Oh my
Listen,
God."
I used Rogaine once. And it was wild.
It worked a little too good, if you ask me.
Mhm. Had to
Holy
reel that
shit.
shit back.
See, I know you just got rid of all of that now. Is it? I know this seems weird, Mike, but I have a weird question for you.
Yeah.
I know you just shaved all your hair off, but can I pin your matted pile of hair you just shaved off your body to finish out the episode this week?
Weird request.
You know what? Go ahead. It is
Is this a
soft.
kink thing?
I conditioned it. I conditioned it very nicely.
Oh, oh, baby, here.
Is this
here
a
we
kink
go.
thing?
Here we go. Geronimo!
Oh, it's definitely a kink thing. He took his pants off.
Yeah, he did. He didn't
You
need to do
could
that.
you could count this one, Mike. I gotta go wash my eyes.
Okay. 1, 2. Oh boy, this is uncomfortable. 3. There we go. We'll ring that bell.
Oh, it's so soft. Oh my god.
Yeah, I conditioned it. Lots of conditioning. Yeah.
Oh, it smells kind of like a strawberry.
Well, you noticed. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you noticed.
Yeah. Oh, this is.
This is a family show, Jackal.
I'm just smelling his hair. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
You're disgusting.
It's
We count out as for the sickos. Oh.
maybe.
Oh wait, no, that I'm reading that wrong. The mentally ill.
What's the difference?